So, welcome back, everybody. I've been somewhat active on Twitch this past year. Been making a few content stuff, but think I'm trying to think if maybe I'm gonna put the content on Twitch and then I'm gonna transfer it to YouTube. That's probably gonna be the idea here. I'm not entirely sure if that's gonna be the case in most of my videos. I think some videos out there, like mainly stuff related to gaming, that will be the case. Now, the reason why I'm making this video right now is because I'm gonna transfer this video to YouTube, and I haven't really made a video in like in over a year. Yes, I did make a video in like New Year's, but I felt like that didn't count, and I was like kind of hesitant to make it, but in the end, I kind of like went at it. As you can see in my Twitch, I don't have much stuff. Just was active in 2020, a few stuff here and there, probably like last year, 2 years ago, something like that. But for the better part, I don't have much content on Twitch, and I'm like, you know what? I think that's the time that I need to. It's not like I kind of need it, but I mean, I do want to put more stuff on Twitch. Now, I do have a second and third YouTube channel just in case. Um, I did the mistake of actually separating some of my content, but what I'm gonna do on my main channel, which I'm gonna focus on it, is that I'm gonna focus on entertainment and reviewing products or talking about products. Anything else, I will try my very best to stay away from it. And I'm gonna make 10 series, as in like it'll be a topic that I'm gonna talk about in 3 episodes. Let me explain what that means. So I'm gonna be very explicit that I'm not gonna talk about politics anymore. Predictions, where I predict stuff about world events and stuff. That's politics, in my opinion. Where I talk about conspiracies. That's a lot of stuff. A lot of people that watch my stuff, I noticed that they've been unsubscribing because maybe they were subscribed because they wanted to see content. They wanted to see the 100% walkthroughs. They wanted to see, hey, there was people that like my collection. You know what? I need to subscribe to him because I want to stay more informed on some of the figures or toys or statues. And I think I'm gonna go back to those roots. Now, there was a point where I actually was drawing and then I deleted those videos and I just deleted several. I think I private them. I didn't delete them. Private a lot of content from the Bethesda Gear Store. So I'm gonna go back to the roots of that, and I realized like I haven't seen people do that, at least not yet, where they're talking about like the latest products from Bethesda Gear Store or from Etsy. Like I'm a big supporter of Etsy sellers, small time sellers. Now, I think there was a point where I was actually talking about other YouTubers, especially small YouTubers. I don't think I'm gonna do that. Exception people that I'm collaborating and they're doing something for me. That's the only way. Like I'm not, if I see a small channel and I think this person's cool and everything, fuck no. Excuse my language, but yeah, I'm not I'm not gonna be a kiss ass anymore. So that's one of the things that I was gonna tell you guys about 2026 that I've been learning. It's already 2 months. We're in the third month, but 2 months full, and I learned a valuable, and I mean valuable lesson in life. And this is one of those things like I'm talking about stuff like this. I will talk about that certainly in some of my 10 series. And then there's 3 episodes. Comes one, for example, is going to be conspiracies. That's one series. And then I'm going to be making a stream about it. I might do one episode, 2 episodes, or 3 episodes, but it's going to total be three. And that's it. I'm not going to talk about it anymore. And that stream is probably going to take like 30 minutes, an hour, at most probably 2 hours, but I don't think I'm going to talk for longer than 2 hours. I do I talk a lot, but not that much. Like probably lose my voice. So that's probably gonna be the game plan that I'm gonna do. Um, like if I talk about wrestling, in my opinion, that's not gonna be a series because that's part of entertainment. So I'm gonna talk about more about wrestling. I've been getting hooked on it. Drawing stuff that I'm gonna draw. Realize that there's not that many people making drawings of certain books that were released back in the 80s and 90s, and for the better part this past several years. So I feel like, you know what? Why not? Let me fill in the gaps of stuff that's not on YouTube. And that's one of the reasons why I sometimes feel like the need to make content is because there's content that's lacking of certain things, like certain games that are not being loved. I might probably end up making videos about certain games that it's not being uploaded on YouTube that I feel are very, very underrated. Now, this past 10, 15 years, well, you know what? 10 years. I think 2016, there's been a lot of games that are getting more appreciated that were very underrated, in my opinion. Doom 64 is a good example of a game that was not appreciated 10 years ago, and now it is actually appreciated, and I'm very happy for that. And hear me out, that there's a lot of people that want to go back to the roots of gaming, like, and that's why a lot of gaming companies are doing what remasters and remakes, and some remasters are just like a total failure just for people to get money. It's ridiculous that some companies what they're doing, and some remasters are actually really good. Um, so I will talk about that next week, more in depth about games. I was gonna talk about that, but I'm like, you know what? No, I'll talk about that, but on my YouTube. Not sure if I'll do that directly in Twitch. Like I said, Twitch, like the whole chatting thing, I feel like I will do that more on YouTube specifically. Games, drawing, music. Believe it or not, I want to get into music, making music. It can be stuff like Marpain. It's not like anything or any games that I can probably share screen and make music so that people can enjoy. So I do plan on making a schedule. Now it's been very crappy this past few years, especially this past year. It's been very stressful for me. I don't want to talk about a lot of my personal stuff, but let's just say that I've been putting hours and stuff on this content, and I'm not getting nothing out of it. So I know some people want to see some content, and if only I would probably make it more exciting. I would edit some of the content, like some videos, like a show or something, then I might probably end up getting some money. I know some people do that shit as a full-time job, and they throw in a dice because that's what it is, like a gamble. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. I've seen people that do video game content for the past 10 years, and their channels just don't grow. And that's just how it is. Timing is everything. So I feel like I should have made my channel back in the 2000s when they told me to make that channel. Because I did have one, but I deleted it and then I made another one. And it's like, man, if only I would have, yeah, because they told me to make a content back in 2008 and then 9 and then 10. And then it was just like year after year until you know what, I'm gonna make a new channel and I'm gonna make content. And it was like 2014, so it's like by that time it was almost impossible to get subscribers with gaming. It was really hard. Like before 2010, I seen people. It didn't have to be like good content. It could be kind of crappy, mediocre content like my shit. Dude, I kid you not. 10 to 20,000 subscribers. That's the average of people who have been starting in 2008, 7, 9, early 10 as well. So I do plan on actually making a schedule because I'm the type of person that doesn't like to have randomness. I like to have everything in order. So this is what I have in mind. Fridays, I'm thinking of having it game night. Usually play games for fun. Um, that's the idea. Sundays, it'll probably be game night, but it'll probably be like walkthroughs and stuff that's like that will be like a guide for the like the Alien Armageddon 2 years ago. Well, actually no, last year I think. I ended up finding some secrets in some level, and there was literally a dude. And no, it's not that guy that has like a Kako Demon face that's making walkthroughs for every first-person shooter, boomer shooter. No, no, this was another dude. I'm like, oh shit, he's about to finish the level where I actually beat it. I managed to actually um, beat it first than him because they made an update where they actually two added two characters in that game, and they added some levels or something like that, and that ended up beating it. I'm like, man, there's not that many content for like the new updates for this game. And then I saw the video that was like literally making how I was making videos, like posting the secrets. I'm like, fuck, dude. Well, that's actually good as well because the more content out there, the better, so people can actually find it. That's I'm happy for that. But like, fuck, because in the sense that you know what, I'm always falling behind now. There's always somebody else. But I'm glad that there's content out there that is helping out people enjoy their games and watching it. And that's pretty much the what I don't feel like too how can I say? I don't regret too much of lately the content because there's other people out there making some videos out there already. Now there are some games which there's some videos out there on my channel where there's literally no videos of their probably like a few second minute video, and there's not much content out there for some games that I feel like are very underappreciated. And like, you know what? I think this is where I come in and I probably fill in the gap for that. So that's probably more or less the direction for the gaming. But I'm not gonna be making guarantees that's gonna happen this year. That's like gonna be the schedule. I might probably end up putting on my YouTube channel on my discussions, and I will be making a video and I'll put it in my comments next week. I think on Tuesday. I'll upload this video on my YouTube and I'll put the schedule where I'll say Fridays is game night. Um, anything after 5. Um, man, I don't know. Probably anywhere between 6 and 6 and 12 a.m. And the reason why I don't want to put like a specific time is because if I put like a 1 hour just game night, I might probably be rushed and I might be at the store or I might be doing something else. So I'll probably just put a schedule more or less anything after 5 p.m. That is after in Fridays. It'll be game night. Saturdays. I hadn't thought about what I could do on Saturdays. Um, like that's something that I'll probably have to think about. Saturdays. Not sure what I have to do Saturdays. I might probably ended up updating what I'm gonna do Saturdays. Put it in the comments. Sundays was planning on making walkthroughs. I'm thinking of probably using Saturdays to, because I was actually thinking of Sundays, but I don't know if I would want to do Sundays, because I want to focus more now, because on boomer shooters, and I've been lacking that. So I don't know if I want to do game night Friday playing random games, and then Saturdays boomer shooters, and then Sundays walkthroughs or walkthroughs Saturdays and Sundays. I'll probably do boomer shooter slash Broto Doom 64 because that's what I'm gonna be focusing here and out. There's mods that I noticed that are just getting upgraded year after year or so, something like that. And they're not stopping, they're just adding more content, adding more content, adding more content. And I think we're just entered a new phase, which I'm gonna talk about it in another video. Because I can go on for the like 30 minutes of talking about this. Because where I mentioned that we entered a phase of remasters and remakes, and I feel like that era kind of died last year, which I'm gonna go into depth in a separate video. But yeah, Sundays I want to reserve Sundays to talk about stuff on the internet, like Bethesda Gear Store slash Etsy slash merch or anything related to stuff related to Doom or something related to entertainment. Like I said, I will stay away from politics. I'll stay away from conspiracies because let's be frank, a lot of conspiracies are end up being facts now, which I don't want to go into this video. So anything related outside entertainment, and entertainment can be deemed to anything else, but I'm gonna focus on entertainment with specifically, like I said, wrestling, shows, movies, um, games, drawing, music, because I feel like music is part of entertainment. And then I'll talk about products where I kind of feel like maybe some companies listen to my opinions when I make it on YouTube. I feel like for the better part, most of the time I get ignored, but I do give a lot of valid good reasons for a lot of companies out there and they listen, man. So I'm gonna actually talk about that in a separate video as well. Separate videos actually, because I do want to go on that. But like I said, I can make promises. Now, do want to go live this Tuesday, March the 3rd. That's the plan. And the idea here is that I want to make it a live stream so that I'll have whatever person I mention in that stream have him or her defend themselves or say, no, Lenny, that's not how it is, or no, Lenny, that's not how I view, or etc. Because I'm gonna put some people on blast this Tuesday. So I'm gonna make it very explicit this Tuesday. I'm gonna upload this video and Tuesday, and then like 30 minutes to an hour, if probably a little bit more than that. I'll probably go live and I'll watch the stream as I actually talk. And if anybody wants to say it in a very peaceful, respectful manner, because if I see people fucking, especially if I see just those bots going ham on me, like, nah, man, I don't play that shit, especially not this year, man. So I will talk about something you'll find out this Tuesday. And again, it's gonna be live stream on my YouTube, not on Twitch. And let's see what else am I gonna do in the coming this coming year, 2026. I don't want to make any promises of what else I'm gonna do as far as like the channel. Like that's probably what I'm gonna do right now. Because I've been making promises of doing this and that. That doesn't go, but at least that content that I set for over a year that I've been wanting to do, I will go live and talk about it this Tuesday. So that's something that I kind of mentioned. So I'm gonna cut this stream and hopefully I'll upload this early Tuesday and if not in the afternoon, and then I'll probably go live at night. I feel like I'm probably missing a few stuff here and there, but it's probably very minimal. I think I covered most of the stuff. It's just telling people the direction where I want to go on on the channel. And yeah, I think it's probably be the best decision for the channel because it was ridiculous of just randomly talking about stuff like, nah, man, I need to stick to my stuff. And yeah, I'll see you guys this Tuesday. Hopefully, take care, everybody.